A person who doesn't know much about stammering, does it happen due to fear?
It's more whenever there's an excess of any emotion.
In what scenarios do people ask you, like, hey, can you please tell me your diet?
Yeah, okay, I actually get that a lot. I never used to be comfortable talking about this stuff or anything for that matter, but blocking off or not talking about so much prevents you from creating connections because you always feel untruthful, dishonest. Because you know how hard keeping a healthy diet is. I have friends who eat grilled chicken, white rice every day.
Low heart rate is better for weight loss, basically.
Low heart rate.
It goes against what everyone else says.
And how does somebody cope up with this? Like, how do you improve yourself?
Generally, the best thing to do would be...
So you're saying something, you're shy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm not the most social person.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I've been trying to make a lot of change, put myself out there more, try and connect with people, talk to people, strangers. I have a game with myself. A few times I dare myself to go do something that I wouldn't normally do.
Right.
Like if I see a stranger that has a cool outfit or something, I go say something nice to them. So like stuff like that, I usually can't do because I have really bad social anxiety.
Right.
And I know like a lot of people that meet me tell me that they don't see that, but that's all like the result of the effort.
Right.
So I feel like it's good because we need to constantly change and grow and become better.
Right. Right.
And like the thing holding me back is just in my mind.
Hmm.
So these games kind of help with that in a way. But yeah, where did this question stem from though?
Because we were having this question previously, right? Like, you're a shy little bit and everything. So that's why I asked you. But
Yeah,
you
and
don't look like that.
Because for honestly, like work, agency life, dealing with clients has helped a lot.
Right.
Because you have to post yourself to communicate, to be social, to interact with them. So that did kind of help bring me out of my shell.
Right.
Like when I started working at an agency, I was not the same person.
Right.
I used to struggle to have conversations. Over time, it gets easier because you have to do it.
It's the job.
Exactly. It's all part of it. So you have to do it. And slowly, I kind of came out of my shell. So I started to get more comfortable around people, comfortable talking with people.
Right.
And I used to have a bad stammering problem.
Stammering problem? Yeah.
Like I used to stutter with every sentence.
You used to have it.
Now, it's still there a little bit, but I've learned ways to cope. Like I find alternative words to use. I
Okay.
just pause and breathe. All these things kind of reset and helps with the flow.
All right. Just like a person who doesn't know much about stammering, does it happen due to fear?
So
Is it fear of like,
I think
like,
it's more whenever there's an excess of any emotion. So when I'm scared, when I'm angry, when I'm anxious, when I'm happy, it even happens
Right.
when I'm happy.
oh,
So
okay.
any excess of any emotion, like basically your brain is trying to work a lot faster than your mouth is.
Right. Okay.
So you know what you want to say, it just doesn't come out. It gets stuck or blocked somewhere inside.
Right.
So the whole thing is when you breathe, it kind of clears out and helps information pass through your neural pathways better. And also when I was a kid, I had a bad fall and I hurt the back of my head. So I have like a big lump too. But that's probably what caused something. So it used to be very bad when I was in school, in college, when I started working.
All right. I thought stammering was something which is natural. It's not, it doesn't happen due to accident. That's what I was thinking. Maybe.
In most cases, I think it is tied down to some trauma, either emotionally or physical. So there is some place where it stems from. When I was really young, before the fall, I never used to stammer. That I know for a fact. And I used to be very annoying, so I used to talk a lot. But I think that's what caused it. So it's still a work in progress, but I'm doing a lot better than I was a year ago. So I consider that a...
And how does somebody cope up with this? Like, how do you improve yourself?
Generally, the best thing to do would be talking to a speech therapist.
Speech therapist.
So they have methods and techniques and therapies you can use to kind of overcome it or to even not treat it, but say like improve it in the moment. So there's a few things you can do. One is to hold something and press it against your skin. So you take your mind off trying to talk. Your mind goes into pain. And so it flows out better. So like that, there's different therapies and techniques you can use.
Right.
So for me, it's using my hands, breathing, pausing, thinking of different words, because a few words I can't say. If it starts with H, if it starts with an S, I struggle to say it. I struggle to say my own phone number a lot of the time. So I type it out in the show. So like there are things I do to kind of not let that prevent me from making connections.
And you're not shy about talking about all of those things. That's very nice, actually.
I never used to be comfortable talking about this stuff or anything for that matter,
Right.
but blocking off or not talking about so much prevents you from creating connections because you always feel untruthful, dishonest, or like you're keeping
Yeah.
a part of yourself away.
Yes, yes, yes.
I've learned to become an open book.
I think you
like-
should use it as your strength.
Exactly, nothing's a weakness. And even on calls, like a few times when I do get stuck, I make sure I pause. I'd be like, apologies, I have a slight issue. And 99% of the time, people are very understanding.
99.
99. There's always those, the 1%. I'm not going to talk about
You
those.
have to make it awkward for you. That 1%,
Exactly.
like, they won't go to sleep if they can't
But
make it awkward for
Most
you.
people are super understanding. They be
Right.
like, take your time, breathe, it's okay. So it's nice.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Wow. This is something very interesting, actually. And I didn't know about stammering. I know that, okay, stammering is a challenge to some people. I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's a challenge with some people. But this is the first time that somebody has told me so much about stammering. So something new I learned today. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I think let's move on to something because like
Please
I've
don't
been
ask me about my diet.
no, I won't. But I have a question related to that,
Okay.
which I'll ask you later. Because you raised it, because you started this topic, I just wanted to know how many people and in what scenarios do people ask you, like, hey, can you please tell me your diet? How do you follow your diet? I think mostly it's Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, I actually get that a lot. And when I tell people, almost everyone hates me for it
Yeah.
because my diet is horrible.
Hmm.
I had this mindset, but I want to live a balanced lifestyle.
Right.
So I go to the gym, I work out a lot, and I also eat everything I want to eat.
Right.
And right now I'm trying to put on weight.
You're trying to put on weight. You're trying to bulk up.
I struggle putting on weight, so I've been stuck at the same weight for the past 8-9 years.
Wow. Okay.
So the past 3 months, I've been trying to. I try to increase my intake to around 4,000 calories a day.
Right.
By the time it's 10 a.m., I normally have a person's daily intake in me, about 1,500 calories.
Okay.
So it's challenging, but it's working. I put on like 4 kilos over the last 3 months, but then I got sick last week and I lost one.
Okay.
And I eat junk. I tell myself it's dirty bulking, it's wrong, but I want to eat what I want to eat. I love pizza.
So that's the reason, like, please don't ask me about the diet. That's why you said, because you don't want to set a bad example.
Because everyone who goes to the gym will point out that it's wrong.
It's wrong. But I guess, yeah, you're right. Like, somebody who's trying to get fit, and everyone has their own system, the body functions in a different way.
Because you know how hard keeping a healthy diet is?
Yeah.
Like I have friends who eat grilled chicken, white
Oh,
rice
yeah.
every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And that is like, that's super hard. So like, kudos to them.
Yeah.
But I could never.
I think should I say that, okay, you're going to the gym, but at the same time you can eat whatever you want. So should we say that you're blessed? Yeah.
No, but like, there's also a limit to how unhealthy you can eat, even if your body doesn't absorb it, because blood sugar, your cholesterol,
Mm,
all of those are still impacted like any other human being. I need to get checked soon because
yeah,
I'm
I
scared
get
at
it.
this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so far so good. People have kept saying by the time you reach 30, your metabolism will change.
Yes.
I just turned 29 yesterday.
All right.
30
Happy
next year.
birthday.
Thank you.
Belated happy returns of the day.
30 next year. This is the last year of my 20s. So I'm trying to live it to its fullest.
Trust me, this will be the least of the worries when you turn 30. Trust me.
My mom's already hounding me to get married. So that's a different topic. So like, when am I going to have grandchildren? I'm like, please wait. Don't put pressure. So yeah, that's a whole different thing that's going to open up soon.
Yeah. But let's come back to gym. What made you start it?
Honestly,
Okay, let me put it out it more. Some people like they say that they're overweight, they want to go to the gym and get back to normal. Some people are like, no, I want to get a good body. I want to be fit. That's why I'm going to gym. Some people just like bulking up. So they go to gym. Eat a lot, go to gym. Why did you start going to gym?
so the way it started off is still partially the reason. I used to be a pushover, and like people never used to take me seriously. So I wanted to look like big and mean and
Okay.
and I was really skinny. I still am skinny, but I put on some muscle, I can say.
Right.
So that's the reason why I started. Then somewhere along the line, it became more about looking out for my mental health.
Hmm.
Because no matter what kind of day I have, I'm super stressed, angry, whatever. I go to the gym, an hour and a half later, I'm at peace.
Okay.
Like, there are these memes about how lifting heavy circles makes me, it's therapeutic in a way.
Okay.
So that's basically where I go now. It's hard to stay consistent. A few days I don't feel like going, but I go anyway. And I feel so much better once I'm done.
So even you feel very challenging to be consistent.
Oh, yeah. So motivation's a lie. You can't stay no one can stay motivated 24/7, 365. You can't. It's all about consistency and discipline.
It's like a job.
Yeah.
Someday you don't feel like going to office, but you still have to go to office.
So it's that discipline that keeps you going. That if you look for motivation, you won't last. It's discipline.
It's discipline.
That's the only thing I can say. You have to do it. And personally, I'm very, very hard on myself.
Right.
So I put a lot of pressure on myself to go because I know how I feel at the end of it.
Right.
If I'm tired, if I'm lazy, if I don't feel like going, if I have other things to do,
Right.
go to the gym, I'll be way more productive after that also. So it's a win-win.
Right. Yeah. I think we might have to ask you for a permission, like if in our podcast we can show one of your Instagram
Link to my Instagram here.
Instagram.
No, but that was another phase where I started a fitness Instagram account because I was motivated to create content. But making aesthetic videos and pictures is nice.
Right.
People like it.
Right.
But when I started looking out for influencers that I wanted to learn from, not very many of them add value. So there are these few people that I follow and have notifications on for them.
Right.
They post new workout variations that work because not everyone's the same. Some workouts might work for me, might not.
Right.
And there's a lot of imbalance in like which side you prefer to use and stuff.
Right.
So the insights they give me is actually useful. It's not just some person posting pictures of themselves saying, "Oh, I go to the gym." It's actual like information you can use.
Right.
And then there are pages that post low calorie diets and recipes, which I'm yet to use, but still, it's useful information.
Okay.
And then there's this one guy I love. I forgot his handle, but he posts videos about workouts, training, and basically the way your body processes stuff
Right.
from a biology and a science-based method. So everything is backed by how much you activate your muscle, how much weight you should lift, based off actual medicine and science, which is like very insightful. Because he posted this video where, and he debunks a lot of myths. He debunks a lot of myths. So you know how people say if you want to lose weight,
Right.
you do a lot of cardio, get your heart rate up. So if I remember correctly, his video said doing cardio at a high heart rate would burn what calories you intake.
Right.
Doing cardio at a low heart rate burns calories from your reserve, so excess fat.
Okay.
So low heart rate,
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
low heart rate is better for weight loss, basically.
Low heart rate.
Exactly. It goes against what everyone else says. But he breaks it down based off fact and science.
So,
Exactly. I was mind blown too.
right. Okay. Look, I'm a person who's not into this stuff, and I'm not an expert. But I know one thing: if you walk versus you run, running has a higher heart rate
Yes.
than walking. So you are saying that guy is saying, not you, that guy is saying that if I walk, so walk is better than running. How is that possible?
I don't know, but the way he explains it makes sense. So
Right.
I saw the video and I was like, whoa, like maybe I don't know all the fact, maybe I'm misquoting, but if I find the video, I'll share it with you. It's brilliant. This dude's like very insightful. And if I'm wrong, that's not my words. That's just what I remember hearing.
That's actually
Terms and
okay.
conditions applied.
Oh, all right. Okay. Interesting. That's actually interesting. Yeah, but everyone has their own theories as well, right?
And again, like,
how do you know which theory is? Maybe this theory works for them. It might not work for you,
true.
right?
Exactly. Like every person is different at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The same recipe is not going to work to get the same result.
Yes.
You need to tweak it to yourself.
Yes. You need your own recipe.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's why even when I go to the gym now, there's this guy I work out with.
Right.
And I usually plan the workout for the day.
You
So-
plan the workout for the day.
And he
Okay.
just does what I do.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But then when he wants to do something different, I'm like, you do it because I know that won't work for me. And then we can meet up for the next set or the next exercise or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
So I like experimenting to see what works. If something doesn't work, I don't like doing it because there's no gain, it's only pain, which is useless.
Right.
So again, like not everything works for everyone. That's a fact.
So you
Everyone's
have to
bodies are
know
different.
yourself first, right? So listen to everyone and then find your own recipe.
Exactly. Use
Right.
what works for you. You have to tailor. That's why a PT is super important because they will actually see what works for you. Exactly. And then they plan out your workout routine, your diets.
So did you start with a personal trainer or you just started by yourself?
No, I started with Instagram. Like I followed a lot of people, took advice,
Right.
tried out different things.
You know what? I'm scared. Like Instagram, there's so many things and I want to start, okay? And they tell you to lift weights and I'm scared, is this and then I have my friends and they also are kind of experts. They have been going to gym sometime. So they will be like, don't lift it like this. You have to have a proper angle and everything.
Because you change your angle, you change how far
you
apart,
might
like
break your wrist, shoulder, whatever, right?
your form. Super important.
Yeah, yes. And I'm very scared to follow what's there on Instagram because I don't know if that is right or wrong. So how would you differentiate that?
I think one of the easiest way is
Yeah.
to read the comments because a lot of people call you out on your BS if you're wrong.
Right.
But there's also a lot of negative people out there who will just say negative
Right.
stuff. I was gonna say something else. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I think a PT is the best bet. But then again, a lot of PTs, you need one you can trust. Someone who has good reviews, someone who actually help people achieve stuff. Not just some random Instagram PT influencer who says, "Oh, I'm the best."
Mm-hmm.
You have to be picky.
Yeah, I'll tell you my story. So last year I was like, you know what, I'm going to start going to gym. And one of my friends, his name is Osama, and he is into proper gym and everything. And he has been doing it for a while now. So I was like, train me. So we had this Eid break, and his wife, she went to America. She was not here. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to stay with you. You're going to use your apartment gym in your building, and we're going to go every day, and we'll set a routine for you. And like for almost 2 weeks, he was there, and he set out diet and a routine and everything for me. He helped me a lot. And then there is another guy. His name is Hasib, and he's also doing a good job. And then this guy started with the basics for me, the first guy, and then when I was okay fine with lifting weights and everything, Hasib came in and he was like, let's change your reps and your routine. So I forgot, you go with the heavy weights first, then the lighter weight, then the lighter weight. What do you call it?
Drop sets.
Drop sets. So he started the drop sets with me, with chest, biceps, back.
Drop sets are amazing.
Yeah, so he started with that. And then within 3 months, like, there was such an improvement in me. And after that, I left again. But if I compare myself, even now, I have gained some weight after that as well. But if I compare myself now with the time I started, before the time I started gym, I still look a lot better. I still look a lot better. So if I go to gym now again, if I start going to
Get
gym now,
ripped.
I don't know. But that's the whole thing. Like, you need, so the whole point was to find somebody who you can trust.
Yeah.
And I could find my trust in Osama and Hasib.
Then if you know like things worked with them,
Yeah.
instead of looking for a PT, just train with them.
Right,
Because you've already done it, you know it works.
right.
So but that's like drop sets are amazing.
They are. You're a fan of drop. You do drop sets as well.
Sometimes.
Right. Okay.
So I used to do drop sets up until 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Thing is, it works. You get a good pump and leaves you tired.
Right.
But lately, I've been noticing my mobility and strength could use some improvements. So I've been focused on that more.
Right.
So enhancing mobility, strength training. It's working because last week I hit a PR on deadlift. It was 1 rep, but I lifted 140 kilos, which is twice my weight.
Wow.
So that's something I accomplished finally. But 2 years, 3 years from now, I want to get into this thing called 1,000-pound tub. So it's basically an elite. There's no benefits. You're just part of the club.
Right.
So you do 3 exercises: a squat, a bench press, and a deadlift, and the total should equal to 1,000 pounds or more,
1,000 pounds.
which is around 500 kilos.
Wow.
So the ideal breakdown would be you deadlift 250 kilos,
Right.
you bench press 100 kilos, and you squat 150,
Oof.
which is insane.
Okay.
So that's the goal.
Right.
I don't know if I'll reach because you need to put on a lot of weight to hit that. Someday,
But yeah, all the best for that.
inshallah.
Okay. So what would you say? Because you just started by yourself, you started following Instagram and everything, right? But people out there, I think most of the people don't start going to gym or don't start with fitness. And I'm not just saying gym, like you can just go out for a run or
Anything to stay fit.
and stay fit. But for some people, I think they're a lot confused. They don't start because they're confused. It's not motivation, it's not lazy. I think they're confused or they're scared. I feel that way. So how would you say, like, how do you think they should start? Like, because you're somebody who's a little experienced in this.
When I started at the gym, I used to do everything wrong, and I'm not ashamed to say it. My form was horrible.
Yeah. Do everything wrong, but with light weights.
Exactly. So at least you get some action in, you get your muscles, so
Right.
you have a
right.
pump.
Right,
Fine.
right.
But we also live in a day and age where information's at your fingertips.
Right.
If you're confused, you can't find answers.
Hmm.
I would say, fine, you want to start the journey into fitness. I know the weather's crappy now, but go for a run.
Hmm.
Because
I think that's the easiest way to start.
the easiest way.
Or a
Also,
walk.
also not on a treadmill, not in the AC, out where you sweat, where you get drenched. When you sweat, that detoxes your body and you feel so much better.
Hmm.
Last summer, I was, for lack of a better word, a lunatic.
Huh?
A lunatic.
Because you were just running out?
I used to run in the summer, in the heat at 6 p.m. So it was still like humid,
Right.
drenched. I go home, I have a bath. I've never felt that fresh because everything just leaves your body, all the negative energy, all your stress. I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but it works. So start off with a run, not in the AC, not on a treadmill.
Hmm.
When you feel that, you'll be motivated to do more, to want to be healthier.
Right.
That's when you maybe join the gym, start changing your diet. I haven't gotten there yet, but I will. But yeah, it does help.
Yeah, I think now, because running is the most easiest way to start, right?
It is, and there's a lot of benefits. You build your stamina, mental clarity. I can only think of two.
And I think it gives you, as you said, a lot of mental clarity. If you're frustrated, if you're not happy,
Exactly.
if you're feeling a lot of emotions.
Oh, and the dopamine rush.
Okay.
You feel amazing after.
Right. Right.
You have a smile on your face.
Hmm.
You're way happy. You're in a good mood.
Hmm.
And also, like, I know our generation is more aware of mental issues, mental health. A, a, a lot of the times it's because of lack of dopamine or some brain chemicals that keep you in that
Right. Right.
confined, closed, dark place. A dopamine rush will help. I know it's hard to get out of bed, go, especially when you feel that way, but you push yourself enough when you start to see, obviously, like you need a therapy, you need to talk to a therapist because that helps you through whatever blockages you have. But also, physical activity is super important because when you're not active that much, your body just gets tired and you start to feel mentally tired, which is like a whole different tired that feels a lot worse. So, along with therapy, physical health is so important. It will help
Hmm.
because I've had some dark moments too. And physic being active has helped with that.
And it gives you a lot of confidence as well.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
because you feel bigger than you are.
No, it's not just that. Like, if you're fit, if you're like, you look at yourself at the mirror, you look good.
You actually feel more confident though.
Right.
Like that also helped me with being more outgoing or a bit more social.
Okay. Now, I think I'll take this as the last segment.
Okay.
over here. We spoke about stammering and we
Mhm.
spoke about fitness,
Mhm.
right?
I
I
feel like
don't.
this is going to be a tough one.
No. It's not. Um, I feel that fitness or your fitness routine and everything also helped you with your stammering. Was there an intersection?
It did. So, like I said, it does help with your confidence.
Right.
And also, the gym community is amazing.
Right.
So, when I hated speaking with new people,
Right.
like the guy I trained with at the gym now was a stranger at one point. So, like, you have your gym bros and people at the gym that you say hi to, you say hi back. So then you start to build connections and you
Right.
start to, I don't know, open up a bit easier.
Hmm.
So it does help because the gym community is amazing. And when you feel more confident, you actually feel like, okay, responding to people, saying hi,
Right. Right.
making small conversation. So yeah, it did. There was an overlap. There was an intersection for sure.
Hmm.
And also, when people compliment that, when they start to see progress, it does boost up your confidence a lot
Hmm,
more.
hmm, hmm.
So then you start to feel better about yourself, less, what's the word for it? Less critical about, because as people, I know me personally, I'm my biggest critique. I see my flaws and I magnify that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you realize not everyone looks at you the same way, they don't see your flaws, they see you for who you are as a person. Everyone has their flaws, whatever. You start to overcome that. So yeah, the boost in confidence, people being around people the whole time, it does help you become more social.
All right.
So,
So,
yeah.
should I say something like this? If you're having a good day, go for a run. If you're having a bad day,
Still go for it.
still go for a run. Still go for a run because you're going to sleep happy, satisfied
Exactly.
that you accomplished something,
Exactly.
right?
And I know one last thing. It's so hard to wake up in the morning and go to the gym. I usually train in the evenings,
Right.
but on the days that I train in the morning, it might be the pre-workout, but I have the most amazing days
Okay.
because I feel so energized, so happy, the rush of dopamine.
So, morning or evening?
I love the morning, but it's super hard because to wake up at 6 or 5 or
Right. Right.
however early you have to wake up. Like,
Yeah. And then you have to go to office.
but if you take pre-workout, you don't really feel tired after. But you start to feel tired sooner in the day because you've worked out. You've had a whole day by the time it's 6 in the evening or something. So towards the end of the day, you are a little more tired, but you have an amazing day.
Wow.
Super productive.
Right. Okay. Let's end it there. Thank you for coming to the podcast, Shaun.